It is a beautiful day in Satisfactory. Welcome back. We've got a lot to do today. We've got to make some pipe using the alternate recipe, and we'll talk about why we're doing that. See if we can find a nice dark area to talk this through. We want to install the pipe blueprint on the smelter level. We want to connect and store that pipe. Then we want to jump over, do some concrete blueprint work, expand the concrete factory, delete the starter factories, and then rebuild the starter foundations. A lot going on. Well, let's start with a blueprint. I love having this blueprint designer right in the middle of our factory. I just love it. And we're going to call this one, because we're just going to make the pipe. We're going to make it steel pipe. Pipe. Right. We'll start that as a save point. Uh-oh. Cancel. Blueprint name, steel pipe encased beam. No, this is just steel pipe. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't want to stomp on that old one. There we go. All right. We know we need to get rid of these assemblers because we're going to use steel pipe, and that's just a constructor. But I want to get a little height. There we go. Little light. We probably should put some lights up in here. Definitely a task for a different day. There are too many things in this blueprint that we don't actually have access to yet, so I just want to make sure we only delete the stuff we want to delete. And then here, we're making steel pipe. We can change this one. To this one, and we're making it out of iron ingots. Iron ingots. All right, that part's done. See, can we put, how many constructors can we squeeze in here? Probably 2. It wants to claim that we can do 3. Let me put it at the very edge, just to test the spacing. I don't know that I want to put 3 in here, though. Feels like it's too much. I think I'm going to go with 2 of these. We've got a mega factory. It doesn't have to be absolutely crammed to the gills. Doesn't look nicely centered though, does it? And then we'll get this one centered on this line right here. Oh, actually, we need to do something special for this. The problem is that this recipe takes 100 per minute. And our belts can only handle like 480 per minute. And we're effectively going to put 14 of these things down. So I think we need to have 2 inputs for iron ingots that we then merge into one. Let's see if we can do this way. Wait, why is that number 7? Is that crooked? Ooh. Ooh. I really missed that one. Let's try that again. Yes. Okay. That's great. So now we can have 2 belts supplying, which doubles our capacity. And all the standard... Ugh, all the standard... rules apply associated with... I really don't want to align this one right. I don't know what's going on. Now we've got it. I might have to nudge this. Just having one of those days. Okay. So now that's on the right recipe. This is on the right recipe. Which direction? We're going this way. Merge that merchandise. Split the supplies. And then I think I want to make... I don't want to make it red. I think I want to make this one... Though these are kind of red. I'm going to go fix it primary ×2. Kind of has that smelter vibe. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to do, but I think that's pretty much set. We're ready to go. Apparently we need copper sheets and cable. We could use a few quartz crystals. I think we could probably get away with the quartz crystals just by dragging those into our inventory and letting the rest repopulate while we wait. This is where we're gonna put in the encased beam, or I'm sorry, not the encased beam, but the concrete factory. It's gonna be right there. We obviously have too much of something. Oh, not gas masks. Don't destroy my gas masks. Reinforced plate. Maybe a little bit of steel we could get rid of. We've got too much cable. We actually have a good number of dimensional depots. We've got a small amount of concrete on us. We'll just take that out there and we'll dump it in. Let the encased beams... Actually, what am I thinking? We've got encased beams in the factory. No need to do that at all. Ooh, hard drive. Rotors are rods and screws. I am going to make use of at least one screw factory. We're going to have fun with the screws this time. We're not going to avoid them. Quick wire stators. I mean, you need quick wire for the basics so much that a quick wire stator makes almost no sense. Extending the life of copper, though, I might actually use that. Screws, encased modular frames. We need 100 of those. You know what? A little later we might come back to that. Deal with this milestone. I guess I could have used the hypertube for this. Okay, so encased industrial beams. We know we've got some of those over here. And they're hooked up to the depot. That's another good point. Actually, yeah, the depot's probably enough. Saying that primarily because our inventory is totally full, like it always is. Alright, so looking at our to-do list, we have completed making the pipe blueprint using the alternate recipe. We're on the smelter level to install it. So the reason why I'm thinking about installing it on this level is so we can have room. I like the idea of this being open air, right? And having this level sort of deal with the exhaust of these. And then we'll probably put like a window to the outside that gets rid of that. But I also think it might make sense to have some sort of additional level down here where we actually make stuff. Current steel pipe. We want to go that way. So the question is, do we align it directly? Right next to? In perfect alignment. Like so. Or do we give ourselves some space and knock it over here? That's going to be +1. I mean, we theoretically could put another building on top of this one, and then put another smeltery here, and then put another hole. If we extend this to the left one more, it's only going to give us, yeah, we'll just put it close. Really, because we have 4 foundations on, is it 4? Or is it 3? It's actually 3 foundations. There's some half foundation action going on in there. Let's build it. Let's see what it looks like. So to cover this, then you would say at least to here. So this one is covered. So you would end up with one more. And then you could put another smeltery in. Uh-oh. We forgot to put in the last little belt here. Another advantage of just building one of a thing. Can take a peek at your blueprint. So here we've got this sort of horizontal service layer. We probably don't need to bring everything directly to this point. Oh, but it is going to cross over is the problem. I guess technically we're only going to have one row of this. We could theoretically put these directly in here. Man, my inventory is a mess. Wait, that's actually the output. We want the input side. We'll deal with the output later. Let's make sure we don't have any conflicts, which of course we do. And it's the outer one where the conflict arises. Iron ingots over here now. We actually don't have any outputs of the iron ingots yet. So I think the simplest way to do this would be to do something like this, and then maybe a supporting one right under it. This is the best option right here. But I think we can steal from it a little early. Go up like this. Put that straight mode on. And then we can take from this one. Ugh, why are you trying to go up? It's the joys of the Mega Factory. Looks like both levels have iron ingots. No weirdnesses as far as that's concerned. And then it's just a matter of getting all of this powered in. Obviously the easy way to do it would be to connect you over here, but we're going to try to keep it a tad nicer. Maybe not a lot nicer, but a tad nicer. So these guys are complaining that they don't have anywhere to put their iron ingots. But these guys are using iron ingots, so we'll find a way to make use of them here pretty quickly. It's a little Z fighting here. I don't know that I'm going to care about that. We burned through all of our encased beams. Did I not save this? Guess now we can drop back down and pick up some encased beams. We really need to start labeling this stuff. Well, those are labeled actually. Dude, let's go with a reasonable amount. We don't need to overload ourselves. You know what? I forgot to save that blueprint again. I definitely finished it, but for whatever reason I refused to save it. Now that it's done, it's saved. Now we just need to connect the inputs. Now our iron ingot factory's got something to do, providing massive amounts of iron ingots to the steel line here. And this is basically 14. So the total demand on this is 1,400 per minute. Now our belts can only do 980, 960, somewhere in there. I should have these belt numbers memorized by now. 960? I guess I do. And but that leaves us room if we absolutely need more pipes. Is that what we're making here? If we ever need more pipes, we can just upgrade this belt. We'll hand feed these guys on the end just so they can get going. We get a sense of what the outputs are going to be like. There we go. And then I'm just actually going to drop these right in here so we can, again, see what these outputs are going to be like. But first we got to connect. Let's connect the lights on the way back. And then we'll connect the outputs on the way in. Oops. All right, so now we've got that output for pipes and our storage level. I think we just dump the pipes right here. We just need to move this down one. Go up to the top level. Have you... I think we should have this go in. And then come over like this. Alright, what are you doing? Wrong one, I guess. I'd have to put it here. Boo. I don't want to do diagonals, I don't think. We'll just get it a little closer. Using a straight. There we go. So now we're feeding in an absolute ton. But if we look at the belts, and this is one of the fun parts about this, is we can see that we are not supplying enough concrete. So Let's look at the concrete blueprint step of this operation. How do I edit the lists if they have nothing on it? I think that's a little bit of a weirdness. All right, so we've got the smelter done. We've connected the stored pipes. Concrete blueprint. So this will be interesting because we got to first figure out, this is something we built by hand first time around. These further 2 levels, we don't have to build them by hand because we can observe that we have, what, a power pole, the machine, the input of the output. So it looks like the blueprint is from here to here. Two by 3 on a height of 1, 2, 3, and then a 1. Let's see if we can at least get that part started. If you say this is the front of the blueprint, what are you saying? It's the front, it should point towards you. It's the front, it should point away from you. I think this one, it should point this way, so it doesn't really matter. 2 by 3, 3 high on the third one. Do I want to put in 1 meter foundation? I might have to. No, that's why we're going to build it in the air. Right, I think that is the starting point. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this actually isn't in the blueprint. It just needs to make sure that it's leveled out. And then we need to make sure that this part works, but this part goes away. So let's save this. Mega. Well, this is actually satellite. Side concrete. On the concrete. Well, that part seems about right. on the edge. Put the hole right in the center. But we only need to do that one time. It's actually only 2 by 3. I think I already said that. Right, now we got that, so we could probably at least start the process of figuring out the inputs. What'd I do over here? We went that way. And eventually everything needs to go that way. So we could at least set that line up correctly. Merge the merchandise that way. And then I think we're going to say all the supplies are going to come in that way. Whoops. Can't do all those things at the same time. I was trying to fly, lift, and expect my building options. This is a slow belt, but it doesn't appear to need to be any faster. So we'll leave it. Aren't we pumping in concrete? Why is it full? Oh boy. I'm about to discover something that's going to make me upset. Yeah, we're not shipping very much. Let's track this back. Let's put a little organizational sign here that says concrete 2 mega factory. So this one is going to the digital depot upload. That's coming in nicely there. Looks like we still have a Mark IV at that point. Mark IV, Mark IV. Go, look at that. A single Mark II killing us. Eventually this upgrade of these lifts isn't really necessary, but let's go ahead and get everything out of those machines. We have too much concrete kind of jammed in here now. But I'm guessing we're now shipping more concrete out. Let's see if we can find a place where we can see it. Well, that's a lot more. It's obviously not a full belt, though. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put that on our list of things to do. Oh, well, we haven't quite saved this yet. There we go. All right, we're still full. It looks like we could do some decoration right there in the middle of these outputs. All right, I think that's looking about right. Now we just need to do a lighting demo, I think. I'm guessing a basic bar. Trying to see if there's a way to, well, it's either that or that. There's no in between. I guess if we really want this, if we move this, okay, hold on. Let's drag this to here. Then nudge it to the left one. And then put this in, delete this, and then see if we can nudge it back this way. Yeah, there's no clean way to do this. For some reason, I want to make this one white. I don't know why. Well, at least have contiguous beams on the bottom here. And I'm thinking, should we consider the beam connector? I don't know if it's helping or hurting. Actually, it's kind of helping. Backgrounds, none. Select white, white, white. Oh, it needs to be at least 3 Fs. Oh no. If I had to build this over again, I'd probably build these first. It might make sense to just go back and take these out. Like if I take this out, this out, this out, and this and this, so the whole thing basically, and then I put this in here, should be a lot easier to deal with. Oh, it's not connecting to the beam itself. That's weird. Interesting. And we can just replace these. Looks like it's better for it to be one to the left. Come on. We might be able to get from here to there. Nope, it's giving me the the absolute oddest selection of nudge options. Alright, let's just do the same thing we did before. When it chooses to give you full nudge capability and when it chooses to only, like in this case, only allowing us to do left and right. It's very odd. What did I do to get this far? Okay, that should work. Yes. Need to be clearly on the beam. And yet it's jumping off the beam. Why? We need to get 2 more sides of this done. I guess that's a way. Now we'll paste you back in. Everybody should be happy at this point. See if we can get these corners in place, and I think we'll be ready to build. Ooh, we didn't leave ourselves much clearance, but we left ourselves some. That's a good thing too, because I don't know if I had what it takes to rebuild that if it was wrong. Let's go over one, and then that might be ready to go. It's hard to see the snap point before the thing is built. Oh, we blew through all our quartz crystal. $300 quartz crystal per. Missing plain old plates of all things. Oh no, we forgot this one side. You know what? This is for lighting. We don't need anything else. Let's just get this in. I was going to put a little thing in here that explained what we were doing, but I think it's pretty straightforward. All right, then we can just put in our last little concrete, at least for this level. There you go. That's a good example of using handcrafted buildings as the basis for a blueprint. Now, we should probably go into the service layer of this thing. See if we can figure out how we want to supply this. What did we do here? We took something from all of them, kind of merged it together. My temptation is to just do that again. Kind of like maybe give ourselves a little bit of room. Technically, I guess I don't have to merge these again, right? Though it is kind of the point. But by merging them down like this, I am slowing the possibilities. No, we just need to only merge when it's time to distribute. This is a transfer. It can go straight in. To 800 limestone times 3. We're probably gonna have to upgrade. Yeah, you can tell which one of these limestone suppliers is upgraded and which ones aren't. Then I think a merger makes sense. Merge. We probably need to keep it kind of close. Then we can say this is level 2 and this is level 3. Now, which one is which? If I put it in like... Let's just copy this guy. So that way, if we ever wonder when we're tracing things back, we know that this is level 2, this is level 3. Now, the fingers crossed moment here is that this isn't totally... Alright, well, you know, that's why you have surface layers in the rough, so you can have spaghetti without worry. I'm thinking, what's this? The one on the left is level 2. What's the plan on getting limestone up? That seems to be the plan on getting concrete down. Well, it's possible we don't have a plan quite yet. Boo. A ladder probably would have been a little better here. That's okay. And then we can put this perfectly right on this line. We gotta leave ourselves some walkway. This guy goes up and in. That supplies level 2. And then this one is just going to be a transfer up to level 3. We'll drop all the way down in here. We're going to straight spaghetti our way into this. But I think what we should do is just do a little confirmation that this is in fact serving level 2 as we expect it. There we go. I see the machines moving. So, why do I only see one of them moving? Oh, that's because we haven't connected them yet. That'll do it. Okay. Let me grab. Now, we need to output the good stuff here. Now, why is this on this line off by that much? Somebody thinks that's where it should be. I mean, it's easy enough to fix. Or is it? Why, oh why is it like this? It's pushed off this way. Man, I cannot get out of here. Oh. The blueprint's actually off by half a foundation, or an eighth of a foundation, maybe. Maybe a fourth? No, wait. It's right in the center. When I look at this one, it's right in the center. So no, the blueprint's correct. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we can just whip it in here. Either that or we just move these two holes. Something somewhere got nudged. That's good enough for me. Okay, all that fresh concrete coming down. Further down. Do I want to merge this onto a single line? It might actually be all we need to do. We're not cranking out a ton of concrete here. Let's just run the numbers real quick. Eight of these, 15. So that's 8 times 15 times 3. Yeah, this belt by itself can handle it. If we wanted to overclock a little bit, we would have that option, actually. Let's put in 3 more or 8 more. What in the world? I'm worried because I can't see where that's building. That's probably it. This thing that doesn't belong at all. I think I'm going to leave the painted beam in there. We had one more change we needed to make to this blueprint. This side was not connected. There we go. At some point we have to come back and actually turn this into a factory facade, but right now we just need the concrete. One, two, 3 stairs. Just want to confirm that that's the right height. 1, 2, 3 stairs. Okay. Blueprint side concrete factory times 8. We're short on reinforced plates of all things. Trying to give myself a little space using the digital uploader, because that's always a good time. We're actually full on bacon. You know what? I want to see if the ma'am... Do we have anything in nutrients that we could... Yeah, we could unlock this nutritional inhaler option. It's going to cost us 3 slots of stuff. Let's see. Bacon. Nut, I think. And berry.
Nutritional inhaler recipe unlocked. Using this inhaler will restore health, and also gives your skin a radiant glow that is connected to well-being and probably not radioactivity.
Probably. All right, well, that netted us some space. That's all we were trying to do. And let's take a look and grab some reinforced plate. Can't wait to get rid of all this spaghetti. Though it has served us well. Looks like I have to delete this to use this kind of as intended. Let's see if we can nudge our way into getting this in place. Might not allow it. Looks like we're exactly 1/2 foundation too far to the left. Blueprint here, and then we should be able to go into blueprint mode. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Gotta admit, not bad. Let's do a power pass. And then we need to do a supply pass. See if we can figure out how to do it without falling off the edge here. No guarantees. Merchandise pass. That's the limestone supply connection. We'll drop down here and get level 3. Oh, where is this? It's in a weird spot. I just don't remember where it is. Whatever. We'll use a slash. And the limestone icon. I mean, the lowercase L is closer to what I was looking for. That just lets us know that the left side is level 3 and the right side is level 2. If we're ever questioning flow rates or anything like that. Okay, those guys are all cranking. So now we just gotta get it shipped out. I'm just gonna keep this alignment even though we know it's off by a little bit. And we'll just do the same thing we did on this side. It looks like this is in the wrong direction. So let's start from here. Maybe there's a internal place where we can... Yeah, okay. And then we're trying to figure out where we merge this in. I don't think it matters. As soon as we can merge it, probably the better. Oh, that's just too clippy. Yeah, we're not doing that. This one was fine. This one, on the other hand, we need to find a better spot for it. If we go all the way up to the top here, we might be able to squeeze this in. There we go. There's a little extra concrete in there now, but it'll figure itself out. Okay. We got our concrete factory refactored. Tripled its output. We do still owe a beauty pass for the aesthetics of the building itself. Not gonna worry about that right now. But I definitely think we've got something going on there. And then when I look at this, now that's a good amount of concrete going into the main factory. Of course, right now it's all going into making encased beams. I just want to check in on that flow. Cool. Tons of concrete coming out. Still, where our steel pipe ratio is still a little better, right? Because we're making more steel pipes. But I thought that was slowing down. I need to go through these and upgrade these belts. I might need to upgrade this storage and put it like Mark 3 or Mark 4 versions in place. That probably means these lifts are out of date as well. So easy to upgrade everything when it's all nice and aligned, though. Now that's concrete flow. And that's flowing all the way up to here. Where we're making encased beams. As you couldn't tell, steel pipes plus concrete equals steel beam, or encased beam. Now the concrete is looking good all the way to this one. At 20 concrete per minute. What do we have? 16 machines. So that's 320. I think we're making 320. We just got there before the full force of the new concrete factory reached the mega factory. All right. Unfortunately, we are now at the tough part about this. When we started this, we made steel pipes in the mega factory, so we can delete this now. Deleting all of this is going to be an absolute nightmare. This is not good enough. From an aesthetic standpoint, from a productivity standpoint, this isn't good enough. So we're going to have to change it. Store everything. Let me keep my solid biomass. I need to upgrade my hand slots. So these two are meant to be our starter factories. Basically, when I say starter factory, I mean taking iron, turning it into ingots, and then building the one, kind of like the one-off level 1 items that you get from iron ingots. Plates, wire. I throw cable in there because, you know, you just take the wire and you turn that, a little bit of that into cable. Screws, rods, all those things. We've promised ourselves that we're going to actually deal with screws this time around, so we've avoided screws for like three playthroughs. Oh, I might want to keep some of this mycelium just for research purposes, but we can dump the leaves. We're about to get into a situation where we're going to have to delete a bunch of stuff. So that's why I'm trying to keep my inventory very light. I'm also enjoying the reflections in the reflection pool. Alright, I think I remember how to do this. We've got a blueprint for the front part, and we're going to have a blueprint for the pillar. So I don't need to keep any of these. Interesting. It only deletes blueprints. It won't delete everything as a blueprint. It only deletes blueprints. Huh. Alright. I did have to build these individually because... Okay, let's stick with blueprints. I guess facing this way, there's a little less danger of deleting something I want to keep. But I've accidentally deleted my space elevator before. So I'm a little shy about mass deleting towards things I want to keep. That's a good chunk of it. Okay. Now, let's get organized. All right. So I think I might just customize the edge here so I can see it. Oh, we left some floating walls. We got to guarantee that we're done here. This isn't really in the right place. It needs to be kind of over here. So what I want is the standard 2 foundation walkway. And then we want the copper one. Is that right? I guess I shouldn't have deleted it before I knew exactly. What did I call this? Oh, there it is. 2x3 with light bar. Yeah, I think this is right. These corners are always questionable. Yeah, this one's off. Okay, I think that's a solid foundation for our copper factory. Properly placed, ready to go. Now, if I want to center this thing, I want to have one for copper, one for iron, and then in between I want to have a like maybe 1 or 2 machines at ground level encased in glass making steel, because we really don't need to make steel over here anymore, but we kind of already have it set up from a legacy standpoint. So we need at least 2 customizer. We need at least 2 spaces. Standard walkway. But the problem is the building of these things is what? 3? So it's 6 foundations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now, this one's only set to 4. So if we assume 2 foundations, 1, 2, 3, 4, it needs at least 2 more. Where's my customizer? So that would leave us 3 in between here. Or we technically know that this needs to be extended. If we're gonna do it, now's the time. Right, there's at least 2 foundations worth that needs to be extended to make this in alignment with this. I guess that's the easiest way to do it. Is this too close to these little... I mean, it's close. It's close enough to aggravate them. I think that's the natural corner. So that means all of this is now free to use. All because the size of this little reflection pool should probably work as well. Which I think it does now. We're gonna have to delete some of these corners. And I could go back and unbuild and rebuild these stairs. But now, no one can see them except for us. We'll punch holes where we need to when it comes to building things underneath there. So knowing now that we have all this room, does that change what we want to do? I think it does, actually. We could technically have a third tower in here, but we don't have any more. Oh, God. I don't want to do any more outside the Mega Factory. The Mega Factory is there to simplify these building projects. I think we just delete this ironworks and build a fresh ironworks using this foundation. We might be approaching the time where the deletion of this starter factory is unavoidable. I guess what I'll do is I'll just say, hey, we'll move this all the way over. We'll give it 2 space walking, 2 foundations walking, 6 foundations base, 2 foundations walking, and then whatever's left, we'll put in a little micro, really nice looking steel production area. And then we'll hook that steel back up to the primary factory. Though technically, let me finish this foundation off first. There are a couple questions that I might have. Where do we want to put the stuff? I could put 2 here, 2 here. In that way, there would always be something on every side. Or we put 2 here and 2 here. Two here and no wait, it'd be 2 here and 2 here. Then you would have like corners where there's stuff, and then this corner there'd be nothing. And then this corner would be a thing. It's probably more spread out to put 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. course, I'm not doing what I said. Doo-doo-doo. So this one pops out here. The other way is a little bit more convenient. When you go to pick things up, you can always go to a corner that has something and know that everything that's available will be on that corner. Because in this case, we're only going to have 2 items available. People who've been watching me for a while know what I'm doing here, but I'm just gonna get the storage in place. So when our starter factory, a little late for our starter factory, but you know what I mean. Can deliver stuff to ground level, so it's easy to pick it all up. This way there's just more room to move around. Copper sheets, wire, cable. I don't know if there's anything else. Copper ingot. What can we make out of copper ingots? Yeah. Wire, copper sheets, and cable. And then the foundation, you kind of want it to be no, that's not right. We'll have to decide what we want to do with the roof here. Maybe a glass roof, maybe not. We'll have to figure that out. But then, now that we've got that base right there, we got a nice 4x4 here where we can build a reasonable starter factory that's not so overloaded with tasks that it makes it impossible to build. This is going to be something of a nightmare. Oh, missed it. Here we go. That absolutely filled our inventory with... Oh, we should have emptied the... Oh, that's gonna be bad. We created so many dismantle crates. Yeah, that was a bad one. Trying to get in here though to rebuild this. I forgot to consider that the storage mechanisms were part of the blueprint, and so all the things that we'd been storing as iron attempted anyway to go straight into our inventory. Holy moly. I got a lot of stuff. Swap you out. Just go for another level. All the little parts that connected this thing together are kind of hanging out. This is probably the worst blueprint I ever made. Took forever to make. Took forever plus a day to install it. It wasn't great, and it was because I tried to cram too much into one space. I have to admit though, it's kind of cathartic deleting this stuff. I normally do anything I can not to delete something. Once I build it, I want to keep it. I want to make use of it. I want to move on to the next thing. But upgrading this ironworks to something that looks and feels better is going to be a good thing. Oh, that's where all those steel pipes went that we were trying to figure out where they were going. I still like the idea of the display pillars, though. There we go. Looks like we got it all. So on this edge, we need 2. Customizer. Okay, 2, and then I think it was just 2 by 2 as a cross. Customizer again. And then 2 as the walkway. And that leaves us this chunk of space for some memorial steel production. I think I'm going to take care of that now. Just kind of give ourselves a little bit of a breather here. One. So we've got 6 foundations worth. Really, I just kind of want to make a little shed. I mean, 3 of these would be 300 iron ingots. That's really the problem, is that we won't have any iron ingots to use for this. Unless we go out of our way to make iron ingots. And I mean, it's going to be... Why does that look so far away? Oh, because we're not on the right level yet. Let's see if we just so happen to have what it takes to build the 2x3 with light bar. Nope. We need 3 of these, so 12 of these. If I put 3 of those in place, technically it wants 300 iron ingots per minute. It's kind of a lot. Uh-oh. We don't have a ton of quartz over here. I suppose by the time we're done, we might be able to have enough. Well, we ran out of quartz. There's probably some quartz on this deck over here. Yeah, 1,200. That's a lot of quartz. Ooh, we put that one in backwards. No, we didn't. Poor trees, you're in the way. Whoops. That's why you always check your work. One more and I think we're good to go. Yeah, one more 2x3. Well, one of these is obviously wrong. Okay. We're kind of getting the, we're almost done issues. Let's rotate this around. Let's get it close. Let's get the nudge mark. Let's get it in here. Okay, now it looks like everybody's in place. I don't know. We'll have to think of something fun to make a little bit of steel in this space. The problem is that it's asking for a lot. I guess we could always underclock it. Match the speed of the smelters. Go 30 each as opposed to the full 100. Let's put those light beams in. Of all the things we ran out of, plates. Should I keep the same rotation as the other one? Nighttime. Let's take a quick peek at things before nighttime ends. I want to see if this lighting and... Oh yeah, that concrete lighting's kind of working. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. We'll have to decide if we're going to do anything with the decorations on that. I looked at it earlier. I'm going to look at it one more time. Yeah, it wants to lock to pretty much everywhere except for... There's not really a good place for this. I put another beam in there, but this is meant just to be a test. That's a shame. I think it's obvious that we could put this in here. I could turn the light on. That might make things a little easier. And then, since this is the copper factory, we'll burnish it with a copper finish. Uh-oh. We missed that one, but we'll get it on the way back. Why aren't there belts on these? Put belts down. Holy, missed those. I don't know if I love it, but I kind of like the idea of it. I think I like the idea of it more than the execution. And we can put our output showy belt in place. Okay, so I guess we go with a chrome finish on this one. The chrome just looks better. So that'll be the new ironworks. I don't know, the chrome looks so much better. I'm hesitant to not use the chrome or not use the copper. The copper just kind of looks blah. Well, that could have been cool. All right, let's see. If we put you here, you're 1 meter foundation. Yes, you are. 4. Those painted beams are going to bother me. If only there was a... See if there are any options. Doesn't look like it. If I go into the custom swatch, can I... Oh, what am I trying to do? Customizer, edit. There's matte and shiny options inside of it on individual colors. Yeah, in the daytime, I definitely don't like this. But for now, it can serve as a reminder of which one we wanted to do on each side. I'm thinking we'll put in like 3 constructors to turn iron ingots into steel pipes. And then maybe on top of it, we'll put a little a little mini smeltery. And we'll just show it all. And that'll just kind of be a little building in between. A little 4x6 iron pipe smeltery. Handcrafted. We'll figure it out later though. See if we can do something that's kind of cool looking. Alright, well, technically we finished everything that we had planned to do. Let's see if we can get this on the dark area here. Yep, we connected the pipes to the store. We got the concrete blueprint. Oh, Control Z worked there. We expanded our concrete. We deleted our starter factories and rebuilt the starter foundations. I think next is just bringing in everything. I like my my standard outside view with the bright lights and the belts or the lifts for this. I might want to go more than one though. I might want to go 2. So that might mean smelting on a separate blueprint. But I think we're going to have to figure that out in the next episode. We're at a good stopping point. I think I'm going to take advantage of it. The only other things that we need right now is more power storage. Right, we've only built one sector, 1/4 of our power storage solution. Right now we are generating more power than we're using. So power is going to waste. But technically, all the steel pipes that we want are getting made. We're actually building up a nice little supply. $8,000 pipes. Everybody's favorite infinity mirror. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.